A pleasant welcome to all my dear 7th standard children. Today we are going to see about photosynthesis, right. Of course, we all know that all living things need food to survive, to live, right. Yes. So, we get the food from the plants and animals. Of course, human beings get the food from the plants and animals, right. The same way the plants will not get the food from the other sources, right. So, the plants, they prepare their own food. So, green plants prepare their own food using the raw materials that is available on the surrounding. Okay. So, here we can see about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means, photon means light and synthesis means putting or making together, right. So, the green plants prepare their own food. So, that is why the green plants are called as autotrophs. So, auto means self and troph means they prepare their own food. So, that is why all the green plants are called as autotrophs, right. So, in this class we are going to see where does the photosynthesis takes place. So, in a plant we know the parts of the plant, right. So, in the parts of the plant where exactly the photosynthesis is taking place, right. And also we are going to see what are the raw materials that is required for a plant to prepare the food, right. So, what are the raw materials that we are going to see, and also we are going to see what is synthesized during the process. So, what is the end product of the photosynthesis, right. Yes. So, now let us see where does the photosynthesis takes place, right. So, the photosynthesis takes place in your leaf. So, in the leaf, so the leaf prepare their own food. Okay. So, in the leaf we can see a green substance that is present. So, which is known as chlorophyll. Okay. So, this chlorophyll is present inside the chloroplast of the leaf cell. Okay. So, inside the leaf cells there is a cells called chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast you can see a green substance, green pigment that is called chlorophyll, right. So, this chlorophyll can able to absorb the light from the sun. So, not only from the sun, it can be even a artificial source of bulb or light or anything. So, from the light, from the sun or from the any source of light, they absorb the light from the light, okay, from the source that gives light. Okay. So, this chlorophyll only absorbs the sunlight and the sunlight is absorbed in the leaf, right. And the same way, once we plant a plant in a soil, every time we used to pour water, right. So, all living things need water, the same way plants also need water, that is why. So, with the help of water, the water is absorbed through the roots. So, the root has absorbed the water from the soil and the roots pass the water to the stem and thereby the stem carries the water to the leaf. So, here in the leaf gets the sunlight, the leaf gets the water through the roots, right, and also in the leaf we can see a structure called stomata, right. So, which is now we are going to see about, we saw that chlorophyll, right, CHLOROPHYLL. So, chlorophyll is a green substance that is present in the chloroplast, CHLOROPLAST. So, inside the chloroplast you can see the chlorophyll pigment. The chlorophyll pigment absorbs the sunlight, Okay. So, the first ingredient is sunlight, the second ingredient I told you about water. So, through the roots the plants absorb the water. Okay. So, the second one is water. Okay. So, next ingredient that a plant need to prepare the food is air, but yes, the carbon dioxide. So, here we can see in the leaf there is a special structures called stomata. So, how we have nose, how we take in the oxygen. The same way plants on the leaf there will be a little amount of stomata only, but under lower surface, on the lower surface of the leaf there will be very tiny air holes that is present underside of the leaf. So, that is known as stomata. Okay. So, this stomata you can see, this is a stomata. The stomata will have a kidney shaped structure called God cells. Okay, this is known as God cells. So, these God cells, it will widen up when a photosynthesis takes place, when the carbon dioxide is taken by a plant. So, during that time you can see this is the God cell. Okay. So, when the stomata needs air, needs carbon dioxide during the daytime, the stomata absorbs, takes the carbon dioxide from the air. So, that time it will open. The stomata opens when it taking the carbon dioxide, and once it prepares the food, the end product of the food, the waste of the food, that will be liberated from the stomata as oxygen. Okay. So, the oxygen is liberated outside. So, when it is taking the carbon dioxide, it will open, and when it is releasing the oxygen, the stomata will open. Okay. So, during the daytime only the plants can able to prepare the food because of the presence of sunlight. Okay. Usually during the night time there is no there will not be sunlight, right. So, only during the daytime the stomata will open and it will take the carbon dioxide and they prepare their food. But during the night time the stomata will always remains closed, because it will not be completely closed, it will be slightly, it will be open. Okay. Right. So, this is known as stomata. So, you can see these God cells, the God cells have chloroplast in it. Okay. So, inside the chloroplast only the leaf prepares its food. So, inside the chloroplast it will have chlorophyll, it will have sunlight, it will get water and it will get carbon dioxide. So, all these raw materials they put in together and they prepare the food. Okay. So, here we can see what are the raw materials. So, the raw materials are, so the first one, carbon dioxide. So, through stomata from the air the plant takes the carbon dioxide, but during the night time it will not take the carbon dioxide. So, only in the daytime the stomata will open widely and it will take the carbon dioxide. The second ingredient is water. So, from the soil the roots absorbs the water and pass it to the leaf. Okay. The next one, chlorophyll. The third ingredient is chlorophyll. So, chlorophyll is present inside the chloroplast of a leaf cells, and this chlorophyll absorb the sunlight. So, of course, for all the animals and for all the human beings we need plants, and the same way plants need soil, water and carbon dioxide as well as sunlight. Without sunlight they cannot able to prepare their food. Okay. And the next one, the light from the sun. Okay. So, even though the chlorophyll is present in the leaf, if the leaf does not get the light they cannot able to prepare the food. Okay. So, these are all the ingredients for a plant to prepare the food. Okay. Right. So, now we saw where the photosynthesis takes place and what are the raw materials that is required to do the photosynthesis, right. Yes. So, next we are going to see about here. So, what exactly, once we put all together, what is the end product of the preparation. Okay. So, here we can see from the sunlight and from the air, the carbon dioxide and water. So, once all put in together in the leaf cells, in the chloroplast, so they give out the end product. The end product of the preparation is carbohydrates. So, carbohydrates are the food that is prepared by the plants. So, of course, carbohydrates will be in the form of simple sugars. It will be in the form of starch and which has only simple sugars. Okay. So, after that you the other ingredients, the other end product of the photosynthesis is oxygen. It will liberate oxygen. Okay. So, of course, all the animals and human beings require oxygen to breathe, right. So, we get oxygen from the plants, that is giving us the oxygen, okay, and also some water is liberated. Okay. So, sometimes you can see there will be on the leaf there will be a tiny drops of water is present. Okay. So, the end product of the preparation is carbohydrates in the form of simple sugars, oxygen and water. Okay. So, here we can see a simple reaction here. So, carbon dioxide plus water. So, under the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So, chlorophyll will be in the chloroplast. Okay. So, when a plant has all these 4 things, so they give out carbon dioxide. So, carbohydrates. Okay. So, carbohydrates will be in the form of starch. Okay. So, once the once the leaf prepares the carbohydrates, the food that is passed into all the parts of the plant through a special structures of tubes called phloem. Okay. So, through phloem, the prepared food, that is the glucose, is passed to all the parts of the plant to store the food. So, they utilize the food for growth to survive, and the remaining food is stored inside the parts of the plant as a food. That food only we are consuming as carrot, leaves, green leafy vegetables, sugar cane, like that. Okay. And we can get oxygen. So, from the plants, they take up the carbon dioxide during the daytime and they give out the oxygen for all the animals and human beings to survive, and some water is also liberated. So, H2O, water is also given out from the plants. Okay. So, this is about your photosynthesis, right. So, go through the lesson, go through the question answers and go through the video, so that you will come to know much about photosynthesis. Just refer the notes also. So, for further information, you go below the link you can see a Google Drive link, click that. You will get the study material related to photosynthesis. Take that and copy in your biology note and read from your biology note. So, once you are thorough, take the self assessment and do the self assessment. So, once you do the self assessment, you will come to know how far you have understood about the photosynthesis chapter. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day.